EAGLES, Eagles.
Well, welcome into the show, everybody. It's nice to have you along for the ride. Welcome to Fightins Postgame here on the JAKIB Media Sports channel. My name is Marc Farzetta, and this show is brought to you by the wonderful people at Colony Pools and Power Washing. They give you all the goods, baby. Like a Red October pool cover for when you're closing your pool. Or how about this, a Kelly Green pool cover for when you're closing your pool. Whatever the case may be, Colony Pools has got you. Go to flywithcolony.com. What's happening? Phillies get the win. They are 1 win away from back-to-back World Series appearances. What? Yes, 1 win away. After the bullpen scared the bejesus out of us over the last 2 games, Phillies get their ace on the bump tonight, and they get Zach Wheeler on the hill, and he goes out there and he deals. The offense give him runs right out of the gate. They said, hey there, fella, don't go to the mound without any friends. Here's 2 runs worth of friends. Take that and use it as you will. That's all Zach Wheeler needed the rest of the way. Gave you not 6, but 7 delightful, relaxing, edible, very edible innings out there on the mound for the Phillies tonight. It was a thing of beauty, an absolute thing of beauty. Absolutely loved it. Love what I saw from Zach Wheeler tonight. How could you not? And I was thinking about this. Like, in the back of my mind, I do think, and yes, because I grew up here and the same fan base, all that stuff, you're always waiting for the shoe to drop. You're always waiting for the catch. You're always waiting for the scary moment to happen. We're always waiting for that to happen. So with Zach Wheeler cruising, I was like, at some point, something's going to go wrong here. And it never did. It never did. Even, and I threw the question out there right before the inning. Right before the 7th inning, Zach Wheeler was at 92 pitches. The most pitches he had thrown so far this postseason was 100 in his start against the Marlins. Since then, it was 82, and I think that it was an 80 in game 1 of this series. And then he comes back out tonight at 92 pitches for the 7th inning. Gets 7 pitches into that inning, and then he's taken out. He was taken out at 99 pitches, but they brought him out. I was worried about Rob Thompson going to the bullpen too early, especially after going to the bullpen way too early the previous night and then mismanaging the bullpen the way he has over the last 2 games. I did not want to see old Tinker Topper go out there and start messing with the lineup, messing with the bullpen, and he chose to give his ace 1 more inning. Chose to give his ace 7 more pitches, and it worked to his benefit. What was going on in my mind was that Rob Thompson consistently says in every post-game press conference, whenever he's asked about what he's going to do with his starting pitching or whether or not he's going to let him go an extra inning or what the pitch count might be or anything like that, or would you bring him back out in this situation? I'm always going to have their health. I'm always going to have their health, number one. Okay, well, that's good, but sometimes these guys can push it a little bit, and Zach Wheeler is one of those guys that can absolutely push it. And to see him go out there and give you exactly what you needed. And that's really the main thing in this game. If there's one thing to take away from this, both sides, actually all 3 sides when you think about it, starting pitching, run support, and clutch defense. You got all of that in this game tonight when you needed it most. I was talking about last night, you need at least 7 innings from Zach Wheeler in this game. You got 7 innings. Because you had burned through so many members of your bullpen last night, you needed to make sure you got as much out of your ace as humanly possible. And Zach Wheeler allowed his manager, you use me as much as you need me tonight because I'm not coming out of this game for nothing. Goes out there for the 7th inning. You had the run support, like I said. You had the defense, like I said. The clutch hitting, the clutch defense, all that stuff. All that together in this game. How often do we get to sit back and watch a game and go, they did exactly what they were supposed to do? They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Wheeler went out there and dealt as your ace the way an ace should. Your defense was phenomenal behind Bryce Harper making a diving stop at first base. Bryson Stott playing all over the place at second base. Johan Rojas retreating on long fly balls to deep center field that he tracks down like routine outs in center. The 3rd inning or 4th inning, I think it was, we'll go through it in the play-by-play, but 4th inning, I want to say, Zach Wheeler got hit hard twice to left field. Brandon Marsh, routine, no problem. Left field, no problem. Very rarely do we get exactly what we need. And even beyond just winning and seeing your starting pitcher go 7 innings and seeing your team score 6 runs, the way they did it right out of the gate, 1st inning, they handled their business. 1st inning tonight, they went out there and they handled their business. It was a very comforting thing. Zach Wheeler was the warm hug I needed tonight. Kyle Schwarber, a 461-foot home run. Bryce Harper, 444 feet. JT Realmuto hitting a 2-run home run. I didn't know you were allowed to hit home runs with guys on base, but apparently you are. Kyle Schwarber even climbing the charts there on an all-time postseason home run list. Unbelievable. I was joking on Twitter. It's corny. It's a dad joke. I don't care. I love it. I'm embracing it. My friend Bill Colarulo here, the Power Hour on JAKIB Media, he likes it too. I'm running with it. It's Ox Schwarber Fest as far as I'm concerned. The clutch home run hitting Kyle Schwarber, it's Ox Schwarber Fest as far as I'm concerned with him. 461 feet. He's to stand and admire that blast that he had on the knuckle curve that hung up there by Zach Gallen. He stood there, and I swear he watched its entire flight. He just watched that ball fly out of the ballpark, and then Bryce Harper, 2 batters later, steps up there, and he belts one 444. That was spectacular. And then to get another home run in the game by JT Realmuto. Everything that happened in this game, everything was exactly what the doctor ordered. Yes, did Sir Anthony Dominguez have some struggles there in the 9th inning? Sure. It was still a 5-run ball game. Did I sit up in my seat a little bit more? Yeah, sure. But for the most part, it's a 6-1 victory. Phillies now have to win just 1 of 2 games at Citizens Bank Park. Aaron Nola, go out there and do what you've done all postseason. Do exactly what you have done, which is follow Zach. Not just follow Zach Wheeler, but in this series at least, I saw him go out there in game 2 and outperform Zach Wheeler. So I guess he's got to go 8 scoreless tomorrow. 8 and 1 run, 8 and 1 run. Maybe an unearned run. Doesn't give up a home run. There we go. I'm trying to really bask in this moment because I'm so unfamiliar with, especially coming off a loss with the Eagles to the Jets. Oh, good Lord. I'm so unfamiliar right now with the team doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And what do they need to do tonight? Exactly what you saw. When we were outlining it last night here on the postgame show, when we were talking about it, we were kicking around the different topics and all that stuff, the number one thing we talked about was Zach Wheeler going out there and doing exactly what he has been doing, and this lineup getting back to some power baseball. Now, in the first inning there, they go through it, and let's go through it right now. Kyle Schwarber starts things off with an infield single. Who knew? Just off the end of the bat, puts it down the third base line, reaches first base, then Turner flies out to right field in a one-pitch at bat. If I say this all the time, but I am not a swing at the first pitch, how dare you type guy. But in a situation where you know they got a short bullpen, and you know Zach Gallen's got to go out there and he's got to give you 6-7 innings as well, there's a little bit of patience. Isn't a terrible thing. But Trey Turner decides to go at the first pitch, flies out to right field. Bryce Harper steps up there, gets the single to center field and a 3-2 fastball, a bullet up the middle for the base hit. You now got first and second in this situation. Bohm flies out or pops out in foul territory to first base. Then Bryson Stott goes up there with the RBI single. Harper goes from first to third on the play. Realmuto steps up there. He ends up grounding out. But while he's at the plate, Bryson Stott takes off from first base. Bryce Harper takes off from third base for home. Moreno, one of the best catchers in baseball, fires to second base trying to get Bryson Stott. Bryson Stott dead to rights. I don't even know if he ever intended to actually steal that bag. Bryce Harper steals home. Bad throw to home there. It wasn't Perdomo, was it? Whoever the hell it was. Throws home. They don't make the play. Next thing you know, Harper scores. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Bryson Stott got to the RBI single, and Bryce Harper becomes the second oldest player since Jackie Robinson. They put it up there in the 1955 World Series. Very famous play with Yogi Berra there at home, tagging him out, or didn't. He was called safe. Jackie Robinson steals home, and Bryce Harper, 31 years old, steals home in the postseason. Pretty spectacular. Then you go into the bottom of the first inning. Carroll goes up there, works a walk. He just seems to always be on base to start things off. A 7-pitch at bat, so right away, a little much there for Zach Wheeler. Marte goes up there, grounds out to second. Carroll moves to second. Moreno goes up there. He gets a single. So now 2 hits, first and third, 1 out. Walker strikes out. High fastball. Can't lay off it from Zach Wheeler. Smith goes up there, grounds out to first base on a great diving stop by Bryce Harper. It's a 22-pitch inning for both Zach Gallen and Zach Wheeler. They both throw 22 pitches in that first inning. Go into the bottom of the second inning. Nick Castellanos, what the hell, man? All of a sudden shows some patience. Goes up there, works a walk in a 7-pitch at bat. Marsh, unfortunately, grounds into the double play. Nothing doing there. Rojas grounds out to first. Walker makes a great diving stop on him. They get out of that second inning with no problem. Going to the bottom of the second inning, Gurriel, Thomas, Longoria, 1, 2, 3. They all go down in just an 11-pitch inning there for Zach Wheeler. Going to the third inning. Schwarber flies out to center field in a deep fly ball. Then you have just under it, by the way, cut fastball, top of the zone, just swung under it. Could have belted that one too. Turner strikes out. That was a horrendous call. That in the third inning there with Trey Turner at the plate, that was a horrendous. Lance Barksdale behind the plate. I don't know anyone that can legitimately tell me, like, people talk about human element. Oh, the human element's part of the game and all stuff. Okay, I'm so pro robo umpires, but whatever. You can't look at that and go, oh, well, that's great because I love human element. I love human error. Human error is such a great part of baseball. If you look at that and go, yay for human error, you have something wrong with your brain. All right. Anyway, doesn't matter. Phillies won. Moving on. All right. So get out of that third inning. Perdomo strikes out. Carroll gets the single on a 3-2 sinker. Marte goes up there. He lines out to left field. Moreno lines out to left field. That's the inning there in the third. I was referencing earlier. I thought it was fourth. Third inning ends up being a 17-pitch inning for Zach Wheeler. But in that instance, hard hit ball by Marte, right to Marsh. Hard hit ball by Moreno. Marsh had to backtrack on it a little bit, came down with it. Phillies still have a 2-0 lead. Go into the fourth inning. Phillies go down 1-2-3. Just a 10-pitch inning. Again, I'm screaming at my TV. You're going to need more runs. You're going to need more runs. Little patience, please. And then they go through a 10-pitch inning there in the fourth. But don't worry, the fifth was even worse. We'll get to that. Fourth inning, Walker strikes out on 3 pitches. Great slurve working for Zach Wheeler at this point. Then the very next batter steps to the plate and Pavin Smith. It's a 3-pitch at bat as well. Another strikeout, this one with a slider. Gurriel goes up there and just off the mitt of Bryson Stott at second base. In this fourth inning, Gurriel gets the 2-out base runner, becomes the 2-out base runner with the base hit to right field. Thomas steps up, and he pops out to Alec Boehm at third base. That was an 11-pitch inning for Wheeler in the fourth. Going to the fifth inning, Phillies don't get anything going. As I said, this was even an 8-pitch fifth inning. 8-pitch fifth inning. It's still a 2-0 ball game. I'm waiting for the offense to really break this apart because I know sooner rather than later the bullpen's going to come into this game. It's only 2-0, and the Phillies have stopped taking pitches. Fifth inning, Wheeler starts out at 61 pitches in the bottom of the fifth inning. Gets Longoria to strike out on a fastball right down the middle, just blew it by Longoria. 96 miles per hour, nothing he could do with it. Perdomo gets a single to right field, so now you have a little bit of trouble. Carroll steps up there, hits the deep fly ball, center field, jumps on a first pitch fastball. Rojas tracks it down beautifully. You get the second out of the inning. Then Marte grounds out to end the inning. Going to the sixth inning, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. Don't need to say anything else. Schwarber steps up there with the blast on the knuckle curve that just dropped in beautifully over the middle of the plate. 461 feet to right center field. It's a 3-0 ball game. Turner grounds out to third. Harper steps up to the plate, gets a 3-2 high fastball, 444 feet. See you later. 4-0 in favor of the Phils. Wheeler's still out there in the bottom of the 6th inning. Goes up there with 73 pitches thrown so far. Strikes out Moreno on a curveball that he hadn't really used too much in this game. 4 pitches in that at bat, strikes him out. Walker goes up there, gets a double to left field on the slurve. Runner in scoring position. It's a 4-0 ball game. Smith then goes up there. Walker's able to take third now on a wild pitch. You got one out. You got a runner on third base. Again, Wheeler responds. Smith strikes out on the slider. Then Gurriel lines out to center field, hit the ball on the screws. Rojas tracked it down. A 19-pitch 6th inning there for Zach Wheeler. Going to the 7th inning, Castellanos strikes out. Marsh gets the single. He's able to, it's not the shift anymore. I don't know what you would call it. The slant? I don't know what the hell you would call it. But he puts it down the third baseline a little bit, enough to reach the base. Nothing doing after that. Unfortunately, Phillies couldn't get anything across. This was where I put out the question. In the bottom, going into the bottom of the 7th inning, if you're Rob Thompson, are you putting Zach Wheeler out there for the 7th inning at 92 pitches? My answer to that question is hell yeah, and he better. Most popular response when I tweeted it out, X'd it out, posted it, whatever have you, was he better. He better put him out there for the 7th inning, because there's no way you want to go to Dominguez in that case. There's no way you want to go up there to Hoffman at that point in the game. You don't even want to go to Michael Lorenzen. You don't want to go to Matt Strahm. You put him out there for the 7th inning. So what happens? Well, as fate would have it, he would hang a slurve, and AC Slater lookalike Logan Thomas, Lake Thomas would go up there and blast it out of the park. Yep. So it's a 4-1 ball game now. Three run ball game. It's 4-1. Longoria flies out to center. Perdomo goes up there and grounds out to second. Carroll flies out to right field. Wheeler gets out of the inning. After that, needed just 6 more pitches in the inning, and he was able to get out of it. That would be it for Zach Wheeler. In total, 7 innings of work tonight, 99 pitches, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, and yes, he did give up a home run. Absolutely phenomenal, just what the doctor ordered type of performance from Zach Wheeler. Now, let's get greedy. You want to get greedy? Let's get greedy. Going to the 8th inning. Harper leads it off. I didn't see whether or not they still credited him with a single. It looked like an error to me, but they decided not to go with the error. Oh, they did change it to an error. Okay, they did change it to an error on Marte. So that's fairly recent that they did that. So that's what happened. So they changed it like that. That's fine. So then you have a runner on base there by Marte's error. Then Bohm and Stott both go down. JT Realmuto steps to the plate after they went to free us out of the bullpen, and JT Realmuto at the 2-run home run down the left field line into that little corner there to make it a 6-0 ball game in favor of the Phillies. Or excuse me, 6-1 ball game in favor of the Phillies. I got to admit, at that point even, I was feeling pretty damn good. I wasn't scared of the bullpen anymore. Hoffman came in. He handled the business there, gave up a leadoff single, but then got got Moreno to strike out, Walker to pop out to second, and Smith to ground out to second on some phenomenal plays there. Some phenomenal plays there by Bryson Stott. Going to the 9th inning, Rojas gets a single to right field with 1 out. Then Schwarber unfortunately grounds into the double play, and that was that. 9th inning, Dominguez and Strahm. Bottom line is they don't get hurt too bad. They did go out there and throw a couple more pitches than I would have liked in that inning, but the bottom line is they got out of it. 20 pitches between the two of them, between Dominguez and Strahm. Dominguez got 2 outs. Strahm got the other to complete that. In total, Dominguez gave up 1 hit and 1 walk, struck out 1. Strahm came in and slammed the door, if you can say that about this particular performance. Very rarely do we have opportunities to bask in exactly what the team needed from everybody. This is one of those moments where we can bask in one of those moments. And Rob Thompson has really left a lot to be desired for me in this series, and I know most of you agree with that. You haven't been exactly comfortable with what good old Philly Rob has been doing. But sometimes you just got to let your guys go out there and do what they do best. And Zach Wheeler is a guy that I trust to go deep into games. 90 pitches, 100 pitches, 110 pitches, whatever the case may be. And he let him go out there and he let him just dominate. Everything came together for the Phillies in this game. If we were to lay out the perfect type of scenario, this is as close to perfect as you could imagine. I mean, as much as I'd love to see Zach Wheeler just go out there and complete game shutout, not a good odd. Not good odds. But not even really good odds of 7 innings of one-run baseball. But they got that tonight. Maybe one more bullpen arm than he would have liked. I love the idea that Ranger Suarez was at least out there just in case the Phillies got into a situation where they needed him to give you 3 innings, 4 innings, whatever the case may be. I love the idea, of course, that Michael Lorenzen is still out there. Want to see him get involved at some point if need be. And I don't say that because I'm some huge Michael Lorenzen fan. I say that because I don't have any confidence in a guy named Craig Kimbrell. I don't have a lot of confidence right now in a guy named Orion Kirkering, who I was singing the praises of 3 days ago. Man, oh man. Right now, the unknowns are better than what we know. And what we know is not good. Most notably, Craig Kimbrell. Jose Alvarado certainly needed a break, and he's getting that break today. He got that break today. He's going to get that break tomorrow. And then you got games 3 and you got games, what am I saying? Game 6. There will not be a game 7. Will it with me? By the way, I mentioned this guy last night, but Jeff Passan. Love Jeff Passan for ESPN. I think he does a phenomenal job. He actually tweeted out that the Arizona Diamondbacks fans were doing the wave in the 7th inning, I want to say it was. And he said, this series is over. This series is now officially over. I couldn't agree more. All right. Now, we're going to take your comments coming up in a minute. We're going to go through some great historical stuff involving this series, most notably about Kyle Schwarber, also with Zach Wheeler, what they had going on for themselves last night in the grand scheme of things. So we'll get into that conversation. Like I said, we'll take your comments, but I also want to tell you about the great people at Colony Pools and Power Washing. Take advantage of all they have to offer at Colony Pools and Power Washing. You know what they got? Right now, they got great deals in October and November when it comes to closing your pool. Trust nobody but Colony Pools and Power Washing. They take the pressure off you when they pressure wash your house. In October and November, it's the best time to pressure wash your house. And Colony Pools wants you to take advantage of their incredible Red October pricing. Colony Pools is the official sponsor of JAKIB Fightins postgame show this season. Go to flywithcolony.com. That's flywithcolony.com or call 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. History and your comments coming up after this.
Win and save this baseball season from Colony Pools and Power Washing, a local company serving Delaware, Delco, and Chester County since 1970. Are you tired of looking at your green house? Is your roof, siding, deck stained green from algae and mold? Let the experts pressure wash your home and take the pressure off of you. Win with Colony Pools and Power Washing. Call them now at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250.
When it comes to the fight against insurance companies, large corporations, and the healthcare industry, injured victims are always the underdog. But that doesn't worry us. At Messa & Associates, we're an injury law firm from Philadelphia, and we come to fight. Our clients know that they've got representation with a chip on its shoulder, and it's the same chip that makes Philly the toughest city in the country. Call 215-568-3500 or visit us online at messalaw.com. Messa & Associates, the toughest injury firm in Philadelphia.
Go for the pulls and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
Welcome back to Fightins Postgame, brought to you by Colony Pools and Power Washing. I mentioned before the break, we got some history for you. Let me deliver on that tease right now. You saw it during the game, but in case you didn't, this is bonkers to me. Now, I granted the postseason format is a little longer than it was back in the day, but still, most home runs in postseason history. Manny Ramirez, Jose Altuve is how that's pronounced. Jose Altuve, Bernie Williams, Manny Ramirez 29, Jose Altuve 26, Bernie Williams 22, Kyle Schwarber with 20, tying him with Mr. November, as he became known, or the captain, Derek Jeter with 20 home runs. George Springer's got 19. Albert Pujols has got 19. Kyle Schwarber has 5 in this series alone. Holy pots and pans. That is some history right there for Kyle. Left-handed hitters, all that stuff. He's past Reggie Jackson. That's pretty impressive. But overall on that list, that is remarkable. Getting this from Anthony DeComo of MLB.com. Starting pitchers with more than 60 career postseason innings, at least a strikeout per innings pitched, sub 100 whip, and an ERA under 250. Here is the complete list. Ready? Bear with me here. Okay, ready? Number 1, Bob Gibson. Number 2, Zach Wheeler. That's the list. That's the rest of that is it right there. Bob Gibson's name followed by Zach Wheeler's name for at least 60 career postseason innings with at least a strikeout per inning, a sub 100 whip, and an ERA under 250. Bob Gibson, Zach Wheeler. That's pretty special. Zach Wheeler also has, this is from Sarah Langs, Langs on Sports. Zach Wheeler has a .73 whip in 10 career postseason starts. That's the lowest of any 10-start span in postseason history. And it's his first 10. Next on the list, 2013 to 2018, Justin Verlander at .76. That's from Elias Sports Bureau via Sarah Langs. That is pretty spectacular. And then you know what? Because it is a team game, ladies and gentlemen, let me get you this number from Elias Sports Bureau. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber have combined for 22 home runs in the last 2 postseasons, a perfect split of 11 each. That is the most combined home runs by a duo over a 2-year span in the playoffs in MLB history. Not too shabby. Talking about the Fightins, baby. Talking about the Fightins. Before I get to your comments, just one last thing. Bryson Stott. You heard all throughout the season that John Kruk, any chance John Kruk got in the booth to talk about how Bryson Stott's going to be a batting champion. Yeah, I would say there's a pretty good shot of that happening. I'd say that's a pretty good shot of that happening. Already a finalist for a Gold Glove, that's going to happen. That is obviously, I think, a much safer bet that he's going to win a Gold Glove. And man, he made a play tonight. Look, he is a better fielder than Chase Utley. Okay, so don't lose what I'm saying here. But the play he made, the diving play that he made to his left, in the 6th inning, was it? When the hell was it? Whenever the hell it was. But you know the play I'm talking about. It was the 7th inning on Perdomo. Yeah. 4-1 ball game. Makes the great play, diving to his left to make Chase Utley had made that play like 100 times. Like that was the most reliable, extraordinary Chase Utley defensive play you could see with some consistency. All right, but Bryson Stott did it tonight, man, and it was like he was made out of rubber. He just bounced right up and made a perfect throw. And he's diving to his left, he's diving to his right. Unfortunately, he couldn't come up with that one-line drive off Gurriel that I mentioned earlier. Just didn't catch it. Didn't look like he extended his arm enough and whatever, but damn, he is one hell of a second baseman. I did not expect at the start of this year to be talking about Alec Bohm. Now, Alec Bohm, not in consideration, but looking back on the entire season now, especially this postseason, Alec Bohm and Bryson Stott as Gold Glove potential candidates. More so Stott, obviously, because he's the one that actually has the finalist marquee. But wow. Absolutely 1,000 wow for what you're seeing there. Let's get to what you guys are saying about this game and how you're feeling about your fighting Phils right now. I will say this, and I don't like playing party police, okay? I don't like being party police. I don't like being fun police. But for the people that kept on telling me, the series is over. You know it's over. Stop with your optimism. Stop with your optimism. It's over. Keep the faith, bro. Keep the faith. Let's start it off at the top of the chat. Farzy can't bench the bar leads off for us. Good bounce back, Farzy. I got the Fightins closing it out Monday. There you go. Farzy can't bench the bar. Jason A. Let's go, Farzy. God bless the Phils. We needed this. I'm a little relieved to win this game 6. Me too. Elimination game, Jason A. You're damn right. Farzy, if they win the World Series, you have to bring the bar from your storage unit and bench it. I was actually, it's still, my weight bench is still at my mom and dad's. I was there today. Today's my dad's birthday. Joe Farzetta, happy birthday, Pop. I was there today. Wish Pops a happy birthday. And I should have got the weight bench. I should have got the bar. And I should have just started going to town. You know what I'm saying? Get the pecs back. Cap the shoulders. I don't know. Anyway. Farzy, how you feeling now? Forget what happened last night. This is how you rebound. Forest Hill, you're exactly right. Smile and be happy. You're damn right I will be. That's more like it. Back on track. Wheeler, right of the ship. Absolutely. Forest Hill, what's up? Phillies and Eagles are on a mission. Finish what you started this year. I like it. John Marinelli, what's up, buddy? They needed that one. Absolutely. Kath, what's going on? Way to go, Phil. Schwarber and Harper the best. Tyler Bolich, let's bleep and go. That's how you respond? Dynasty, what's going on? 8 down, 5 to go, Farzy. Dynasty, look at that. Chuck, what's up, Chuck Hutton? Started breathing easier after the JT home run. We needed that, right? There is no way they go in to the 8th inning, 9th inning. There's no way you watch Hoffman come out or Dominguez or Strom or whoever, and it's only a 3-run lead. If it's a save scenario, there is no way you're just like, this is fine. Everything's fine. This is great. No, is there a 10-run home run? Can they get a 10-run home run? Much needed win says go Sixers. Jason A, let's win the pennant Monday. Yeah, damn right. Will, what's going on? Mike Simon, what's going on? Leonard, what's up, Leonard? One more till the World Series. Remo, what did I tell you last night? I knew they'd be back. Let's go, Remo. I'm going to say Remo K. I'm going to tell you right now. You were one of the few. You were one of the few. I remember. You were all about the confidence. And you know what? It was contagious. It was contagious. The Phillies got it. Chad Hutton, character win character win after crapping the bed 2 games in a row. Chuck, I concur. K. Raleigh, one more, but how is Alex Thomas hitting dingers off us? I don't know, but he is AC Slater. He has an AC Slater haircut. He looks like AC Slater. I'm now convinced that AC Slater is a vampire, also known as Mario Lopez. That's just my own take on it. But it is concerning when the young guy is out there and he's belting home runs left and right. K. Riley, yes, concerning, absolutely. That's the Phillies team I know, fighting to win this series. Thank you, Tyler. Chris Milano, what's going on? Bring it home, boys. Leonard, Red October at the bank. Did you guys hear the radio call of the Arizona Diamondbacks last night? Bedlam at Chase Field. Bedlam. How about no? Can't use Bedlam, pal. And it's not really Bedlam, especially on a night like tonight where you were doing the wave. You children. What year did you guys come into existence? Like 95, 96 or something? Imagine being in that boardroom. You know who needs a baseball team? Arizona. I will say this. Non-Philadelphia, that's the best World Series I've ever seen in my life. Yankees, Diamondbacks, 0-1. Best World Series I've ever seen in my life. Hoffman is the best reliable pitcher in the pen. Absolutely. Right next to Alvarado. I concur with everything just said right there. K. Raleigh. Thomas S. Wheeler did everything we needed. 7 in 1 run. Couldn't ask for more. You're absolutely right. Sir Anthony's also coming along. You know what? Maybe him being threatened to lose his job by Orion Kerkering, maybe that shook him up enough. 45,000 at the bank, says Leonard. Absolutely. Our ace outclassed theirs. Second time in the series. Absolutely. Shout out to all the Phillies fans in Phoenix. I loved it. Brought so much joy to me to hear the Let's Go Phillies chants and then the weak, lame-ass attempt by the natives of Phoenix to try to boo it down. It was awesome. It was awesome. Sween Bull, 444 feet from Harper, absolute bombs. Let's get Nola and Fly Eagles Fly. Tyler, I concur. Go Sixers, Tinker Topper. You like that? Yeah, you're welcome. You can use that. Here's what I'm giving you tonight. Schwarberfest and Tinker Topper. You're welcome. Circle it about. Sir Anthony Dominguez hasn't earned that spot. Yeah, I agree. But it was more of a, when it's a 5-run lead, it's more of a mop-up role anyway. So I didn't have an issue. So yeah. Harper channeling Pete Rose with the elbow to the catcher's jaw. Thomas, yeah, that was a little bit of a nutty one. I love that Harper stayed out there, checked on Moreno. Props to Harper for doing that. That's the right move. The throw. I was surprised that Ron Darling had Harper's back the way he did. Because I was waiting for it. I tell you guys all the time, I very rarely hear the announcers. But in that instance, I was like, watch them say it was dirty. Watch them say it was dirty when the throw from Marte went right into the base path. Watch them say it was dirty. And they're like, this is a great play by Harper, but there's nothing you can do. I'm like, oh, thank God. I don't have to get annoyed. I did a preemptive strike of annoyance, and then I didn't have to be annoyed. There you go. Wouldn't have hated Lorenzen either. Give him a shot to prove something. Oh, all right. Like, as a reliever, I'm not hating on olive oil and Popeye. That's what I like to call Michael Lorenzen, because his left arm is olive oil, his right arm is Popeye. Like, if you ever notice the difference, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But anyway, I don't mind it. I don't mind him coming out of the pen, and I would love to see him come out of the pen at some point when you're up 10-0 in the fourth inning, and you don't. I don't know. Not tomorrow, obviously. Not tomorrow. Let Nola go out there and get his 5-6 innings, and then you're up 10-0, and then Michael Lorenzen comes in. Shows you what he got. And then, maybe Taijuan Walker, too. Maybe Taijuan Walker gets a couple of innings as well. You never know. You never know, because here's one thing I do know. As far as I'm concerned, Craig Kimbrell's cut. As far as I'm concerned, Craig Kimbrell should be left off the World Series roster. So, if that's going to be the case, I need to see if somebody else is ready to go. Maybe Rhys Hoskins takes his spot, but I doubt it. So, yeah. Anyway. Go Sixers. 6-1 lead. Don't waste Alvarado or Ranger. Sir Anthony is a lot more reliable than Kimbrell. I concur. Well, it's hard to... You're either... That's a pass-fail grade. You're either reliable or you're Craig Kimbrell. Phillies win the game and go Phils. Little G. Griffin. What's going on? Nice to have you. Kenny Gainwell. Shouldn't you be getting some sleep for tomorrow? He was atrocious yesterday, says Transistor Zen. Told you I'll be positive. Kenny Gainwell, you definitely told us to be positive. You and Remo were leading that charge. Schwarbomber. Okay. Kimbrell is still a choker. Nobody's disagreeing. We had to lose with Kimbrell in the NLCS like that in order for us to understand not to use him against a better team like Houston. I'm all positivity, baby. Let's go. Nicholas, what's going on? Strawberry reminds me of Fred Flintstone. Okay. April, what's up, April? If I see Topper put out Kimbrell again this postseason, I'll lose my mind. I'm with you. Power couple, Kat. Kat says power couple, Schwarber and Harper. Beautiful. There's one there. Neil Watson. Seriously, this series is over. I concur. I don't know about anyone else here, but I only got 2.5 hours of sleep last night, says Go Sixers. I think I got 6. That was a good night for me. 6 hours of sleep is a good night. D-backs fans are so hysterical. They are. Melatonin works for me. It may work for you as well. I like that we're recommending prescriptions here. It's not a prescription. That's over the counter, right? Melatonin? Yeah, it's over the counter. They do all good. Hardcore. Don't drink and stream, Mark? I don't drink and stream. I don't drink. I'll be drinking when I say goodnight to you guys, but I don't drink before the show. Think it was changed to an air finally. You're right. It was Sean Kilrain. What's going on? I had a guy saying I look like Schwarber at the supermarket today. My reply was, I wish. Wife said, I don't see it. John Jones. Bryce Harper became the oldest runner to steal home since Jackie Robinson. Yes, he did. Yanni, what's going on? It's a good thing. Keep Craig Kimbrell in the bullpen. Absolutely. John Jones, who's pitching for the Diamondbacks in Game 6? That's a great question. Do they have that out yet? Let me go ahead and pull that up. I thought I had it up here already, and I do not. 5:07 start time. Yes, it is Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly, Game 6 against Aaron Nola. We're back in the saddle with Merrill Kelly. Merrill, I don't hear the crowd isn't loud enough like it is against Venezuela. Merrill Kelly. Silly, silly man. Who's pitching the United? Merrill Kelly. Tom S. No, I love when you guys ask a question, then you answer it yourselves, and I still look for it like an idiot. Arts Festival. Wait, what? Greg Benson, I'm at an arts festival this weekend, but my wife kept me up to speed. I can sleep well. There you go, Greg. Everyone's really excited. Everyone's having a great time. Ty Walker and Mission in action. Heck yes. Now bring it, says Elaine. What's up, Elaine? Keep Kimbrell in the pen and the Phillies win. How about in the World Series you don't keep him in the pen? Just a thought and all. Meaning he's not on the roster. ECW? Wow. The vet was a home sweet home? Okay. Let's shoot. What's up? Let's shoot. John Jones, what's going on? DK99. Kenneth Gainwell again. What's going on? Swing! There you are. Leaving Craig out in Arizona. That's one way to do it. Remo, Kenneth, me and you're... Yeah, you guys got the positivity going. Fantastic. Big game boys needed that win. Taking it home. Though we gave them those 2 in Arizona. Yes, they did. Let me tell you this right now. Here's my desire. All right, this is where I'm gonna leave it at this. You guys take it for what you want. So Lovolo said that he was really motivated to not let the Phillies win in Arizona. That at least has been accomplished, okay? They'll win in Philly. The Phillies need to have a kiddie pool for Garrett Stubbs to jump in. That just needs to happen. That just needs to happen. It's probably the best middle finger you could give the Diamondbacks other than just beating the brakes off of them in Game 6 at CBP. There needs to be a kiddie pool with like maybe Arizona's logo glued to the bottom, taped at the bottom. Fill it up. Let Garrett Stubbs jump in. Hell, fill it up with Budweiser. I don't give a damn. Just have a kiddie pool so Garrett Stubbs can jump into the pool like he planned to do in Arizona. That's just what I'm saying. That's just what I'm saying. Spurger, Merrill, Christopher Lloyd, Kelly. What? All right, sure. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are fantastic, as per usual. So glad we could do a happy show today. So glad we could do a happy show today. I got to tell you, throughout the day, I'm going to tell you how I felt. For totally different reasons. Because the Sixers were great when they lost to the Hawks in the playoffs, but they were so much better than the Hawks, but they lost in Game 7. I don't want to rehash that whole history. But throughout this entire day, I had this feeling that I had before Game 7 against the Atlanta Hawks. Like, that was the same feeling I had today as I had in that series. Even though it's basketball, I had the same feeling of like, they're so much better than this team. They should beat this team, but why am I afraid? Why am I so scared? And then sure enough, that first inning happened, and that just went away. I was like, wow, they're giving Zach Wheeler on a night where they know they need to get 7 innings out of Zach Wheeler, and they need to get him run support. They right out of the gate aggressively put the double steal on. Harper scores. It's a 2-0 ball game. Wheeler goes out there, and he dominates for all intents and purposes through 7 innings. And when he allowed a ball to get squared up and hit on the screws, Brandon Marsh was there. Bryson Stott was there. Johan Rojas was there. Bryce Harper was there at first. It was spectacular. No other way to describe it. It was spectacular. But that was my mood all day. All day, that was my mood. And my dad, when I caught up with him for his birthday when I was over there, he was like, so how are you feeling about tonight? And I was just like, remember that Sixers series against the Hawks? He's like, yeah. I go, that's how I have felt all day. That's how I have felt all day. And then some magic in the first inning, and it was like I had the Brioski. You know what I mean? Like, felt a little light. Felt a little lighter. Oh, did I miss Babs? Babs! What's up, Babs? Has anyone ever worn their pants higher than Castro? Yeah, Ed Wade, if you remember him. Let's go Phillies. Khalil, what's going on, everybody? Nice to see you. Wait, very impressive. What's very impressive here? Chuck Hutton, nice to see you. The realist of Mutos gives us the insurance. That's a great way to put that. My wife is a big JT Real Muto fan, and she happened to walk by the office when I was watching the game, and she's like, "Oh, that's my boy Real Muto." She just likes him because he's Sicilian. That's it. And my wife is like her toenail is Sicilian, basically. That's how that works. JT, yay! Hey, don't leave, Toots. That's what I said. He's hitting 2-run bombs with you in the room. Let's go. Anyway, thanks again to everybody in the chat. You guys are great. All right, not tomorrow night, Scoozy. Monday night. Aaron Nola gets the ball for the Phillies at 5:07. He goes against Merrill Kelly. Last time out, Aaron Nola, just an absolute gem of a performance for your fighting Phils. And he's been dealing gems for quite some time now. Tossed 6 scoreless, giving up just 3 hits, did not issue a walk, did not give up a home run. He's only given up 1 home run in his last 6 starts, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty spectacular. So we'll get the ball again. Last time he was out there was a 10-0 Phillies victory. Merrill Kelly will get the ball for the Arizona Diamondbacks in South Philadelphia. You may recall the last time that happened, he only lasted 5 2/3, giving up 4 runs, 3 home runs, issuing 3 walks, and struck out 6. The Phillies went on to score 6 more runs throughout that ball game as they won Game 2 of the NLCS. That's where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. The Phillies coming back to South Philly for Game 6 at 5:07 Monday night. Can't wait for it. Until then, I will see you guys tomorrow night right here on the JAKIB Media Sports channel for the Eagles pregame show, the Malamut pregame show. That'll be with you guys for the halftime show along with Bill Colarulo. Pregame with Seth Joyner and Derek Gunn. And then postgame, Mike Missinelli, Seth Joyner, Derek Gunn, Bill Colarulo, Kayla Santiago, John McMullen from the stadium for Eagles-Dolphins Sunday night, Kelly Green edition. And I'll be with you guys from Ocean Casino tomorrow. Until then, Xander Krause produced the program, did a wonderful job. You guys in the chat are fantastic. Let's wrap this up Monday night. Until then, go Birds. See you then.
Win and save this baseball season from Colony Pools and Power Washing, a local company serving Delaware, Delco, and Chester County since 1970. Are you tired of looking at your green house? Is your roof, siding, deck stained green from algae and mold? Let the experts pressure wash your home and take the pressure off of you. Win with Colony Pools and Power Washing. Call them now at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250.
When it comes to the fight against insurance companies, large corporations, and the healthcare industry, injured victims are always the underdog. But that doesn't worry us. At Messon Associates, we're an injury law firm from Philadelphia, and we come to fight. Our clients know that they've got representation with a chip on its shoulder, and it's the same chip that makes Philly the toughest city in the country. Call 215-568-3500 or visit us online at messalaw.com. Messon Associates, the toughest injury firm in Philadelphia.
Go for the pulls and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid
as long as you face the fear.
and keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.